We're Batman at 89.
Hello, and welcome back to Bat Minute 89, the podcast where we analyze Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film 1 minute at a time. I am your host, Niall McGowan.
And I am your other host, John Parker.
And here we start with minute 6, and what a minute it is. Minute 6 begins with the bit. Oh man, give me a break. And,
Give me a break.
And it ends with a gloved hand flicking open a gadget.
Ooh, what could it be?
No, well, you'll find out. You'll find out, John. We'll find out together.
We'll discover the truth. We'll investigate.
But yeah, this is like a great minute, because it's if you made it through with nothing but credits and a mugging, like, what a minute! Because so much happens in this minute, so many big moments.
Well, compared to what we've seen so far, yes, there's a lot going on.
Yep, as I say, if you made it through credits week, this is it's all in. We're all in now. There's no going back until the end of the film, when we'll have like 2 weeks of credits. But
You're looking forward to it. I know you are.
I can't wait to talk about that best boy.
Who doesn't want to talk about the best boy? He's a good boy.
Except his mother. His mother's like, he's such a disappointment. Best boy, my ass.
Sorry, this minute starts with, of course, we've already done it, but one of my favorite lines in the movie, the bat. Oh man, give me a break, will ya?
I think it is great. It's the delivery. It's the sheer come, give me a break, come on.
It's like a cartoon character. I love it.
Yeah, it's like in South Park when the Jewish people are talking about the passion, like the passion, like, the bit.
That is a comparison I never have made in my head, and I never expected to hear. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, as they continue on now, they're going back into what we started covering on what happened to Johnny Gobs, and
the fate of Johnny Gobs.
So what we're hearing here now, like the shot switches to a slightly canted angle, and we see our two hapless buffoons sitting in the bottom of the screen with an open door in the background behind them, with loads of fog and steam and stuff just obscuring everything.
Still quite a cool atmosphere going on, continuing from the previous minutes.
Yeah. And what's great about this minute is, like, from like this point on, it becomes like its own little mini horror film, because it's shot that way. It's basically like for instance here, Eddie's follow-up line about Johnny Gobs now is, oh, he plunged 5 stories straight down and there wasn't any blood left in the body.
Oh, I love that bit. It's almost like an old wives' tale or something. Like,
yeah.
Yes, this mysterious bat with these magical powers. Suck your blood.
But in the background then, we see descending from the roof with his arms outspread, a figure with its cape spread, much like Dracula, basically.
Yes, that's what I've got in my notes here. I thought very much of a play. So you could imagine, Dracula like on the stage or something.
Yeah, well, I was even brought to mind of just, Bela Lugosi and Christopher Lee, because they would always do the old cape flourish to sort of intimidate people.
Also big stage actors, though. That's where they get it from.
Yeah, within all the fog and stuff, too, we see this mysterious figure. Who could it be? I'm putting my money on Darkwing Duck.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. So if you see that smoke, this might be an origin story. Like, he's not got the hat yet. You can see that. You can see in the silhouette there is no hat. But
He's going to pick it up off the ground in an upcoming scene.
yeah, but like, any second we'll get the I am the terror that flaps in the night, and they go, I can't wait for it.
I especially like with the criminals arguing the way you very much get the impression, what one of them. I mean, he's a crook, but he's not so bad, is he? Because they're disagreeing with what they've done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Eddie does. Like, I have a weird defense of Eddie. He does seem to be like the more remorseful of the two, and he has this like he always seems a bit sort of dog-eyed and kind of guilty and anxious and stuff. So
yeah, he feels bad for threatening them and being violent.
Yeah.
Like, he needs the money, but he doesn't want to necessarily hurt anyone.
Yeah. We've got the reveal of our main character coming up now. And going back to Johnny Gobs, one thing I've always thought, like, I keep wondering, like, we know in this film that Batman does kill people because we see him kill a bunch of people later on. And like, whether we'll get
we haven't got there yet. No.
Oh, well, spoilers, Batman kills a bunch of people. But
it's in the trailer. So.
Yeah. But well, we can get into the morality and like whether it's right for them to portray Batman killing people in minutes down the line. But I still always wonder whether he did kill Johnny Gobs, or whether like what actually happened to him. Because I
don't think he did.
I mean, but the thing is, he's got this, he's got the cape spread out like Dracula. You've got this whole there was no blood left in the body. It's kind of sounding like a vampire bat, I guess, maybe that's what he's going for. I think this is, because as we see, particularly in the next minute, this is all just Batman getting the word out. Like,
oh, yeah.
Getting him a bit of, drumming up some publicity. So like, I keep thinking that maybe he tried to do this with Johnny Gobs. Johnny Gobs fell off that roof. And then Batman was kind of like, ooh, like, ooh.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought happened. There's no way he just threw him off a roof.
Yeah, he's like literally fell off, and then he's got his finger in the bat collar, like, ooh. It's okay, I'll spin it. And then he's out like in Arrested Development when Tobias is trying to get his name out there, and he's just standing in offices going like, I hear this Tobias Fuke is really something. And it's like, it's
a tried and tested tactic.
Yeah, but like after that, like Bruce Wayne was down in like Crime Alley and all the other places going like, I hear the Batman killed Johnny Gobs. It's like, oh, no blood left in the body, they said.
Have you heard about the mysterious bat?
It's like, oh, I hear this Batman's really something. But it all seems to be part of this Bat PR campaign. Again, much like the reason he came down in that really cool manner is probably because he in his head was like, I don't know exactly where they are on the building, but I'll come down really cool just in case one of them looks behind them and sees me, and they'll be like, oh, that's awesome. But he doesn't want to just plop down. He's like, no, gotta look cool all the time, because if they see me and I don't look suave and hip as fuck, it's not gonna work. So.
Well, I mean, we're joking, but in all seriousness, that would be a concern for him, because a lot of it is show and appearance, and he's trying to scare the criminals.
Oh yeah,
more than anything.
Yeah, well, it is all as they made a major point in the Chris Nolan films is the. Theatricality and deception are powerful allies.
The theater, I believe you'll find it's pronounced.
But and then we know from when we see Bruce Wayne in this film is that he's not the most intimidating looking guy outside the suit. So no. I guess like creating the Bat mythos is incredibly important to him to make it all work. So. But I still just really do like the idea of him, though, like constantly having to creep around and be like, I better look cool. So if it doesn't look cool, like he's standing in the Batcave, adjusting different lights and going like, it looks better in this kind of light. And
getting new bulbs, different ones. Let's try a black light. No. What about a dark blue?
Alfred, do I look scary? Like, yes. He's like, you look scary.
Positively terrifying.
But yeah. But after that, then we get a little more like genuine remorse from Eddie as well. When they're having this debate now, and we get oh, you shouldn't have turned the gun on that kid, man. You shouldn't have turned the gun on the kid.
Yeah, see, he's an okay guy. He doesn't want to harm the kid.
Yeah, he is like, considering, like, not to get too spoilery, what happens to him, it's kind of like, like, it's like he did wrong, but he gets the raw, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say this, rawer deal.
Rora.
But and then Nick definitively ends this argument with now shut up.
Well, that's it. It's done. You can't come back from that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, if someone says that, it's like, but
I love the shot from above as they suddenly look up terrified at something above them. That's a really cool, really effective piece of camera work. That.
Well, again, it seems like, saying that this thing is all shot a bit like a horror film, and
Definitely
that bit, the shot before this of a figure descending in the background, it's letting the audience know something's coming for them. Like, they don't know. We are more aware than them. So it's that's kind of like a horror film trope, to be like, we the audience know the monster is coming, but the people don't. Also, not to backtrack too much, I did note in that shot as well, the black and white tiling that kind of makes like a stripe formation in the backdrop.
Oh.
And I kind of thought, is that Tim Burton giving a little Beetlejuice nod? It kind of looks like the Beetlejuice stripes.
He's got to get at least one thing in there. So yeah, you're definitely. I'm looking at it. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think, like, that's just a kind of Tim Burton color palette. That was color palette. But
well, lack of.
Yeah, but that's the kind of, it's a recurring visual motif. But that strikes me as very like, it's not quite that brightly lit, but it's a little like he was like, throw it in, to give it a little nod. Particularly too, considering we're seeing the introduction of the guy who played Beetlejuice, and it's almost as if it's like, from the stripes to the bat suit, kind of.
It's that guy. It's the same guy. Look.
But yeah, then moving back to the shot you were talking about, because that's from Batman's point of view, like looking down on them.
Yeah, again, a bit like a horror.
It's a bit like Halloween, I'd say. Like
I want to see a Batman movie that's a horror, like from the criminals, like being hunted from their point of view.
Oh, someone's bound to have done that on YouTube, like as a fan.
Oh yeah, that'll
film.
be a fan film. Yeah, definitely.
that's like, it's a great idea. So someone's bound to have done that already. It's too good an idea to not have been done. But before they look up though, I noticed like he's had to do a little shuffle in the gravel. I kind of like the idea that he was actually there for like a while, and they didn't notice him, and he's having to like, I can't, like, he's like, I can't cough. Batman wouldn't cough. I'll give it a little, like, on the gravel.
Hey, guys, up here.
Like, there's an actual 5-minute cut between like when Nick says "shut up," and then it's like there's actually an entire scene of just them sitting and Batman behind them, like, oh god, guys, come on, give me something here.
Well, actually, this is the bit when you have the commentary on where it mentions something you said about Keaton not being particularly imposing, because Tim Burton brings it up here and he says he wanted someone specifically that would have to dress up like a bat in order to be scary, because he thought that fit the character more than like a muscle man.
Yeah,
and I definitely agree with that. I think it works better than having a giant jacked Batman.
Well, I don't mind like the idea that like Bruce Wayne is quite built, just in the idea that he's, when he went off, he's like, I have to be in the peak physical condition. I can't be like, I have to be as strong as possible. I have to have all the techniques down. I have to be, intimidating outside of the suit as well.
That does work. Yeah.
But I don't mind their angle though. Like that's fair enough that he's like, yeah, like the guy's short, and it's Michael Keaton, so it's like he's gonna have to. Like, I don't mind the idea that he creates like a full on creates an intimidating presence to make up for his own inadequacies in that department as well. Like that's fine to me, because essentially that is what Batman is always doing. He's always creating, something fearsome, so people will be scared of him. But I don't mind them pushing that envelope of, well, he's not intimidating, so he has to really use this theatricality to get his point across. Basically,
I definitely find it more interesting. There's a lot more you can do with it than just, oh yeah, he's huge, he's scary.
It probably would help out too with just keeping your identity secret.
Well, yeah, you can go a bit more incognito.
There's not, because you see like really buff billionaire Bruce Wayne, and people say like he's Batman. People might be like, well, he does have the build.
Yeah.
But if people say like Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne, like that's Batman, you'd be like,
no,
come on, that
what?
guy.
Look at him.
Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. They'd be like, that's such an outrageous claim. I bet 50,000 fans would be so outraged at the idea of him playing Batman that it would never fly.
Or 49,999, I reckon, in reality. I think they just rounded it up. Just for ease. Well, it works, though, on these criminals, this look, because, of course, they throw all the money, their hard-earned money, all over the place and run.
Yeah.
As Batman effortlessly jumps down to meet them. It's very smooth.
Yeah, there's the big moment, too, where we finally get seeing the Batman for the first time, like, I guess to some of the public, the first time in like 20 years, you're seeing a live action Batman, which is
it's probably the first time in my life I ever saw Batman.
Oh yeah, imagine. Yeah,
I would think.
Oh yeah, well yeah, back when we first watched this, like in the early 90s, yeah, you had this or Adam West, and like you were more likely to see this because it was everywhere. But
yes.
I do like though. Again, he does the old Dracula cape business. For the second time in this minute that he does this, and he does it again later on.
Is that all? I want another 4 or 5.
But it's very much though an establishing shot to be like, this isn't Adam West. This is like, just the look of him here is like, doesn't look like you've built him up to be like a vampire, basically, like a horrific figure, and now we see this new Batman, all in black, with the big capes outspread and this sort of angered look upon his face and stuff.
Oh yeah, he means business. You're not going to mess with him.
Oh yeah, of course. And I always remember that shot in particular because I remember like actually trying to sketch it when I was a kid, like to copy it, recording the film on TV or whatever, and having the VCR, and because back in the days, the pre-internet days, what could you do? So I had to just pause on that moment, and I was about maybe 10 or thereabouts, and I remember sitting with like for ages with that shot, and still having, when you pause a tape and it was still kind of slightly jump, like the frozen image would jump and stuff, and you get the grain.
Oh, it's flickering and
yeah. And having to sit and draw that, and my dad coming in and been like, the idea of having the tape frozen, like paused for like, could have been upwards of half an hour, and him been like, nope, you can't do that, you cannot do that, and like forcing me
You'll
to
break it.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. We thought we were going to break. I was going to break the tape recorder, and
to be honest, breaking tapes was a concern. Genuinely, it would happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like I did have the kind of inkling in the back of my mind at the time that like maybe I shouldn't do this, but there was also a kind of like, it'll be fine. It'll be a thing my dad's forgotten about now, and then he'll listen to this and be like, "What?"
Because he is, of course, an avid listener.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Number one fan.
I'll quiz him on this to be like, and so what did you think of minute 6? And if he's just like, oh yeah, it was fine, it was fine. Oh no,
It was too long.
Well, is that a hint to me to get moving?
No, it's both of us. Just a general note. But that's, when you get stuck into these things, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to talk about and discuss, and tangents to go off on. Wonderful tangents. Where will they take us? Well, since we are moving on, the criminals, of course, both now they run off to a nearby door, and you get a nice shot of his lovely earring once more as he pulls a gun.
Yeah. Nick. The thing I used to think before analyzing this film 1 minute at a time, I thought they both had guns, but no, he's the only shooter. So
yeah, I thought the same thing. I think just because he hasn't shot yet, but he's about to. Spoiler. The shooting's such a dramatic moment. The first big dramatic moment, really, other than a guy getting hit in the back of the head. That's all you remember. Oh, the guns. There's guns.
Yeah.
But no, there's gun.
Yeah. But it's a good shot though, leading up to it, because again, we get a bit of cinematic trickery to make Batman look intimidating, where the camera's over his shoulder and they're sort of, in the backdrop, where he looks like he's kind of looming over them. Whereas we see later on in the film that like Vicky Vale is taller than this guy. So like we know that in retrospect it's like, oh no, he's just this little guy standing in front of them. But in there though, it looks cool. It looks like, oh, he's looming over them and he's that fearsome. But,
Batman may have lifts in those boots.
Oh, well, I'm sure he probably does.
I think he probably does. This is something I've never actually noticed or ever thought about, so I've never cared to look it up. But it'd be interesting to check out his height next to people when he's in the suit, and then his height next to people when he's out of the suit.
Yeah. The only one that really...
Now we're going to have to bloody do that, aren't we?
The only scene that really stands where you do see that is like when he's with Jack Napier on the catwalk in Axis Chemicals. Like the two of them are kind of standing toe to toe. And I think Jack Nicholson's taller than him, but we'll see when we get there, I guess.
That's shocking.
But anyway, so yeah, as we said, Nick pulls a gun and they shoot Batman and he falls down dead. So that was Batman.
That's the end of that. Show's over, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so it's been a lovely podcast. Shout out to the Star Wars Minute and
Star Wars Minute. No, wait, we're not doing that.
No.
No, Batman does survive.
Yeah, and this is actually, I think it's one of the best moments of the film. Actually, this they're turning to run. Again, they hear the gravel because that's the sign of Batman is gravel going.
Well, what they should have done, if they've obviously never seen a zombie movie, they should have checked the body. If you don't check the body, it's gonna come back for you. So zombie Batman's coming after taking 4 shots.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, when you see anyone die, is your first thing better stab them through the eye just in case?
Well, my first thought is yes, because
that's
of my
why
history with zombie movies and video games. Yes, immediately kill the brain.
That's why you're not invited to funerals anymore. It's like
I just can't help myself.
It's like everyone's going to pay respects and they see you going up with a really long pencil, just like.
And much like The Walking Dead, it just slips in like butter.
But after that, then they turn to flee. We hear the gravel, And I love everything about this. It's like they turn around again, and he's raising again. He's back from the dead.
Oh.
Very well done here in that they shoot this. You see again, he does the old Dracula cape, but it's our shot. We see the back of Eddie's head and the arms coming out either side of the head. So we're getting it from kind of his perspective in that, like,
Sort of, yeah.
But it's also like it's obscuring the face for the audience. So it's again it almost seems like supernatural and like a horror film. And like a lot is added to that in this like the fantastic soundtrack. Because it the music really goes up into this big, oh,
it's beautiful.
And even if you listen in the background, it almost sounds as if there's like a whooping kind of scream or something put in. Like, you get the orchestra, but underlying that, there's almost this kind of like it really, really seems like really intimidating.
It's an oddly good impression.
But and then after that, two great glances from these guys, like Nick for one. He's just looking really like, what the hell is this? And then,
well, I think they know what's coming as well. The way he slammed those wings down, he's like saying, enough's enough.
Yeah,
let's party.
Yeah, Nick's, because he was the unbeliever. He's got this kind of like, what the hell? And then Eddie kind of looks to him. Still, they both got like, what? But he's almost got a hint of like, told you, this is it. This is the thing I was just talking about.
Well, I like the way as well. It's not presented in a silly way like previous, Adam West Batman, but at the same time, they can't believe what they're seeing. Almost like, why on earth is it a monster? Is it a man dressed up? It's so crazy. It's scary.
Like it works really well in the film in that, like, it's getting the point across that he's such a fearsome creature. They don't even know if he's human. But you do wonder in reality if you came across this, if two street thugs would be like, "Whoa, my God," or they would just be like, who is this guy? What the hell? It's like,
I don't know. If someone's going to go to those lengths, there's got to be something crazy about them. You don't mess with that guy.
Yeah. Well, you know, as we see now in a second, you don't mess with him. So.
Oh yeah, he decides he's going to, of all the people, attack the nicer of the criminals with a fantastic kick right through a door.
Yeah, I love I love the whole lead up to it as well, because he angrily flaps down his cape like a real like, and then the music kicks into that really like, da, 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 da. But he has this kind of, he's just sort of walking towards them, and then it's almost as if like an afterthought. He's like, I'm gonna kick this guy, like and it's just like one clean kick. Straight to the chest, and he flies through a door. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that is impressive. That's like some Jean-Claude Van Damme stuff.
It's the fact, like, the look on his face is more like, this is such an inconvenience for me. I'm gonna take him out on the way to the other guy. Like that, he has that kind of slight vibe.
Maybe he's doing him a favor. Maybe kicking him through the doors just to get rid of him. Because he doesn't want to mess with it. He doesn't want to mess him up. He's not so bad.
I don't know. I think this Batman's just ruthless. Because again, as I'm saying, not to get into spoiler territory, he kills a bunch of people later on. Like
he's got to be stopped.
But I will note too, because it took painstaking amount of trying to get the exact second and trying to get the exact screenshot to see what's on Eddie's shirt just before that boot kicks him in the chest.
You know what? I actually tried the same thing. Didn't have too much success.
Oh, no. It was a good, 10 minutes of just almost there. Almost there. Stay on target.
Almost there.
Stay on target.
Let's blow this thing and go home.
But like,
I would just quote Star Wars now.
but like for ages, I thought it was something to do with quadrophenia. So it looks like it's got like a little blue circle with a red circle in the center of it.
Yeah, maybe he used to be a mod.
It could have been. Or like, yeah, he's just like, I really love the quadrophenia. I love quadrophenia. I love the soundtrack. And then Batman's just like in his head, like Zeppelin rules, and kicks him in the chest. But finally getting the that exact screenshot, it's actually a T-shirt that says "I Heart Gotham," which is a really nice touch. That's like a really like they should have actually tried to get that in, because the nice thing is like like it's an ironic statement of like here's a guy wearing an "I Heart Gotham" T-shirt like for tourists, but he is what Gotham is full of, just like dirty, filthy criminals.
Yeah, he's one of the guys bringing Gotham down.
Yeah. So like, really nice touch. I think they should have emphasized more rather than me having to sit for ages trying to get an exact second by second, split second by split second thing, because it's so lightning quick. Because it's a good, as we've said, it's a good kick. It's like. Go through a door. So.
It is beautiful, and then the other guy starts moving really fast. So my first thought, I mean, obviously I've seen the rest of the minute, but when I was going slowly through it, I was like, is he running away or is he gonna attack Batman? I was really excited because I'd forgotten the scene from the last time I watched the movie in its entirety. I thought, he's gonna go for him. He's gonna try it out.
Oh no, I think like that. The look on his face. Is a look of like, oh, I'm out of here. It's like, 'cause he does that fantastic the twist of the head, and we get a nice swing of the earring there. So.
That's beautiful. I want a replica of. Someone go on Etsy and find me that.
And then we get these eyes literally so wide you see like the blue and white of his eye, and and then he is out of there. So.
Well, then, there's proof of that, because the very next thing that happens, of course, you get a close-up shot of Batman getting out his first gadget of the movie, something he's known for.
Oh, yeah. Should we cover what the gadget is now, or do you want to... So we do see it in this minute, but it features more in the next, so... Your call. Your call.
We'll save it.
Okay. Well, he's got a mysterious gadget, then.
Yes, it looks like some kind of hook. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
I can't wait.
Well, if you look at it though, when you pause it, and properly take it in, something I did find interesting about it. Not obviously it's bat shaped, but on the very ends there's little metal sort of hooks. I like that little detail because you can see that there's metal protruding from it.
Yeah. It makes it look more, I don't know, homemade. Like it's...
Well, and like it would work. Like it would do something.
Yeah, that, but also like, this isn't like a mass-produced thing. It's like, I've had to go and make this thing. And it's just, it's not exactly perfect, but it's, it's got this. But
although I am impressed with his dedication, sort of hanging over from the Adam West era of it having to be bat-shaped, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It couldn't be any other shape.
He's a man who sticks to that motif. Like we see later on, he does have a plane also in the shape of a bat.
Yeah, he's got a thing going, hasn't he? Not quite sure what it is. What would we call him?
Well, again, this is all part of the PR campaign. He's like, make sure everything's bat-shaped. Make sure that symbol is on everything, because I don't want people getting my brand mixed up. I want them to know it was Batman, okay?
He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He's the founder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Works perfectly.
He might not be the nicest guy, but
That's how Wayne Industries actually made like a couple of extra billion helping out McDonald's. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna...
Or screwing over McDonald's, depending which way you look at it.
And then he was looking at those golden arches, and he's like, I need something like that. Like that I need one of these things for my whole like my vigilante side project.
Well, maybe that's why the symbol on his chest is yellow.
Oh yeah.
Golden.
Shall we cover a little bit of the suit, or because it's one of those things like we could talk for ages on the suit in general, but
we could probably do an hour-long show on the suit.
Yeah, like we were planning to sort of break it up over like different scenes where you see different bits, so we could describe them individually. But I guess we can do like an overview of just what.
Or drop in a random. You could drop in a random fact every now and then when it's relevant, maybe.
Yeah, but I suppose though, like as a general overview, though, it's just it's not Adam West. Like it's Adam West. He didn't, as we know, he didn't need molded plastic to improve his physique. Pure West. But and it's all in black except for the yellow, the little yellow oval, which is in the scripts, and I think in both Sam Ham's drafts that I've got, he describes the symbol as glowing.
Okay. Because it doesn't glow in the movie.
No, and I'm assuming like there's been mention in different Batman comics that the reason it's yellow is that it's literally it is a target. So when people are shooting at him, they'll shoot for the target on his like the armored target on his chest rather than his head.
The bulletproof section, it'll draw your eye. Okay,
Yeah.
that's actually really clever.
Yeah, no, it does work. It's I think they even bring it up in Arkham Knight as well. There's a whole emphasis on the shooting the emblem on his chest.
Well, really, what he should have though is a toggle, so it can be completely off and dark for when he's needing to be secretive and stealthy, and then a switch where you can flip it on and it lights up and glows. There you go. That's a better Batsuit. I've improved the Batsuit.
I think they go the Tim Burton special edition.
Get it made, Tim.
But I suppose like we'll go into the greater detail on the different aspects of the suit in other episodes. I guess the main thing would be that it's the first Batsuit that was entirely black. And that's a motif that was maintained up until the last one, until Ben Affleck went off and he got a bit of gray in his. But
I do kind of like the gray. I'll be honest, it's grown on me.
Affleck's Batsuit, I like the body. I think the cowl looks a little too cartoony, and I don't like the small ears. I think small ears makes him look silly.
But you like the body.
I like the body.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the symbol though. Don't like the I don't like that Frank Miller freaking
I like it.
Rorschach ink blot looking bat symbol. It's just too chunky.
Yeah. I don't know, it suits him though. I can't imagine a different symbol on his chest. I'm spending too much time thinking about his chest, I'll be honest.
But I never did it. Didn't do it for me in those comics. I like everything else. It really sounds as if I'm criticizing every element of Ben Affleck's Batsuit. But I like the gray bodysuit. I don't mind the cape. Don't like the mask, and I don't like the symbol.
But you like the body in it.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I mean, come on. See that bit? He's he's beating up tires with a sledgehammer. It's
a better body than mine, so I can't say anything too bad.
Is there a bit? I think there's a bit in the extended version too, where you got a bit of Affleck in the shower, just him standing naked.
Hold on, let me just put the disc in. This was a strange tangent because there was one further shot we haven't actually mentioned.
Oh, is there?
When he's holding, not a further shot, but a further thing in the shot, shall I say?
Oh yeah.
When he's holding the gadget, I found his gloves very interesting because they looked very real world, very like tactical, like a military force would use. So it does look like something he's gone and bought. Like it's not something he's necessarily made himself. He's like, well, I'll get some old military gear in. Yeah, get those.
Oh Well, fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, well, I suppose it doesn't have to splash out for custom made everything. It'll be more like, just black gloves. Get me whatever black gloves.
Yeah,
are down
get him
in
in
the-
from Russia. I think he's imported them from Spetsnaz. Actually, I don't know if that even works out time wise, but never mind.
But any other thoughts on minute 6?
No, that's all my notes on minute 6 and on Ben Affleck's body. So I am free to move on.
Well, I think that the only other thing I had for minute 6 is again analyzing it minute by minute. If we go back to when Batman jumps off, once he's revealed, and then he jumps down off the ledge to confront them, there's a look in his eye that is just it's crazy. He's crazy. He looks crazy.
It's hard to argue with that. He appears crazy. If you don't know anything about the character and you see this, you'd be like, "What the hell?"
But he's just I know the idea that it's a man in a full on bat outfit is inherently crazy, but he's got like these really wide eyes of just like, I'm coming to get you. Like it's
Hey, if someone does that, you're running.
yeah. I guess so. That's the only other thing he has is like, got the outfit. I'm gonna have to do scary eye. It's like it's crazy. He's crazy eyes. He's crazy eyes killer.
It's the origin of Crazy Eyes Killer.
Like Crazy Eyes encounters Batman. He's like, back then he was normal eyes, and now he's like, I like your style, Batman.
People are going to think we're talking about the other Crazy Eyes.
No, we're talking about Crazy Eyes Killer from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, I forgot there were 2 now.
I believe this is the second Curb Your Enthusiasm reference we've made on the podcasts in general so far. So,
well, it's only the 32nd I've made today, so not too bad.
I do wonder by the end of the film how many will we have made, but
and how many times will I suggest Larry David for Batman as the lead?
I remember there was a lot of talk for Larry David playing the Vulture in Spider-Man. And who is playing the Vulture in Spider-Man now, John? But bloody Michael Keaton.
Oh,
it all ties
connected.
In. There you go. We like to bring the episodes to a tenuous close every time.
Yes, we should probably go and leave these good people in peace.
Indeed.
They'll be sick of us. So yes, you can chat to us about anything here, and you can also send in your best impressions of the Bat to us.
Oh, please do.
Please do. That'd be great. On Facebook, we're Bat Minute 89, and there's the Bat Minute 89 Listeners Society. If you want to keep your fandom secret from your friends and family, which I don't blame you. And then we're also on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all at Bat Minute 89. So that's it for this minute. So tune in again where we'll have minute 7 of Batman.
Pow! Wham! Zap! Will our lone wretched reprobate escape this mysterious masked monster? Or are things about to become a real drag? And just who is this vicious vigilante anyway? Find out next time. Same Bat Pod.
Different Bat Minute.